Hi, I'm Theo, and this is How to Eat. I'm going to put words in there so that it looks like I'm pointing and the words are appearing. You guys are probably wondering how to eat, and so I've been watching a lot of YouTube, and I've noticed that there's a lot of videos about what to eat or where to eat or what to cook or how to cook, but there are very few, if any, videos about how to eat. So this is that. Let's go. All right, guys. Before we get started, I'm gonna need you to like, comment, and subscribe. I don't want to work at the wallpaper factory anymore. I just want to be a YouTube guy. I just want to have the YouTube money. Wallpaper factory. It's dark. Wallpaper factory is dark. It's a dark place to work. Episode 1. This is episode 1. The first step of knowing how to eat is knowing what you're gonna eat. But this isn't that kind of show. This isn't what to eat, but this is how to eat. And so I'm gonna teach you how to decide what you want to eat, because that's the first step, and you got to know how to do that. We're lucky, because back in the olden days, the golden oldie days, they didn't have magic at their fingertips that shot rays into space and gave them all the information in the world. But we are lucky enough to have that, and so that's the first step: is get your space magic going, and find what you want to eat. Okay, there's a few options. There's you could go to a place that will give you food in exchange for money. You can go to a place that will give you food, but it's not prepared in exchange for money. It's a little bit cheaper to do that, but then you got to bring the food to a place that you can cook it at, and then cook it and then eat it. So there's some pros and cons to that. You can also, this is crazy, space magic will bring food to your door that's been prepared and brought by somebody, and you could do that. That one's a little more expensive in terms of money, and if you're working at a wallpaper factory like me, it's not the best option. But it's great if you're feeling lazy. Yeah, and you don't even, if you do that, you don't even have to interact with like a human being at all. And interacting with human beings is hard and scary. So that's a great option. And while you're making this decision, you got to be conscious, because you got to be conscious of what kind of thing you're getting, because the thing that you're gonna eat can be eaten in one of many ways. You can eat it with your hands. You could use like a fork or something. You could use a spoon or like a knife or chopsticks, or a knife and fork combination. And you got to know this before you go into this decision, because you're going to need that tool ready to go to eat the food. How do you decide what food is good food to eat? That's a tough one, because food actually varies in quality. Yeah, it's not all the same level of goodness, of good tasting food. The first thing I said is that you gotta use space magic. If you don't have space magic, what if you don't have space magic, right? Not everybody has space magic. But if you don't have space magic, then you gotta just you got to just get a book. You got to get words on pages and read them and make decisions based on that. Or you can just go in blind, just intuition, instinct, etc. and freaking choose something that sounds good to you. Oh, pro tip. Don't choose something that you're allergic to. If you eat something that you're allergic to, your body reacts as though you're sick, and so it makes you die for some reason. So yeah, don't do that at all unless your allergy is real mild, or you have one of those $6,000 pens ready to jab yourself in the leg. But that's a $6,000 meal right there. And I don't know, if you're trying to save money like me because you've been working at the wallpaper factory, then you don't want to pay $6,000 for a single meal. I mean, it's rarely worth it. That being said, what was I talking about? Oh, so how do you decide what to eat? This is how to eat. This is how to eat. How do you decide what to eat? Well, there's a lot of resources out there on the internet. So I was talking about Space Magic before. Space Magic is the internet, by the way. I don't know if you guys got that. But Space Magic, you got the internet, right? It's a big thing in the world these days. And so you get on there if you can, and you look up reviews of food. You look up, is this restaurant good, or is this recipe good, or how do I make this recipe, or do I maybe already have the necessary food to make this recipe? Because then you don't even have to go outside at all. I mean, you probably had to go outside in the past to get the food, but you could also use Space Magic to get unprepared food at your doorstep. Food, how to eat it. You gotta get the ingredients, either prepared or unprepared, into your body. If they're not prepared, you gotta prepare them, unless they don't need to be prepared. Some ingredients don't need to be prepared at all, like a banana. Check this out. These are called bananas. They don't need to be prepared at all. You can just take one right off the bunch, and you gotta peel it though. That's important, because you can't eat this tough outer shell, but you gotta peel it. I've never peeled a banana and had juice get in my face. That's like the first time that's ever happened to me, and I didn't even know that was something that could happen. So, I'm teaching you how to eat, but I'm learning along the way. That's the great thing about teaching is that sometimes I think the teachers are the students, and the students are the teachers. Anyway, these are bananas. I started opening this one. Once you start opening a banana, you can't go back. You can't go back on that. It's open now. Look at this. Look at this fucking thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Look at this freaking thing. You can't swear. You can't swear on the internet. I don't know if anyone has ever told you that before. You can't do that. But yeah, no, I cracked it. Once you crack the seal, you gotta peel. That's a banana rhyme for you. Easy to remember. But look at this. You don't have to prepare this at all. You can just eat it. You can just eat it like that, raw. And there's lots of things like that. And you're going to find some of them sometimes. Look at these things. This is plantain. They look a little similar. Can't eat this raw. You gotta prepare this one. or find someone to prepare it for you. They're good though. Okay, so you found that you want something that you're gonna eat. You've figured out the tools that you're gonna need to eat it with. You have maybe exchanged money for goods and services, and now it's time to eat. So tune in to the next one, the episode 2. I'm gonna say it's episode 2, to find out how to really eat. So this is sort of like the preamble. This is sort of giving you the context of eating and like how to get the food, because that's an important step. People don't even talk about that step all the time. But yeah, you gotta get the food in front of you. Tune in next time, episode 2, for we're gonna talk about, sort of get into the nitty gritty of how to eat food. Don't forget, or even if you remembered, but you were like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Actually do it. And what I'm talking about is liking, commenting, and subscribing, because I can't work in the wallpaper factory anymore. It's torture. It's torturous. It's like wallpaper everywhere, every day. It's just every day it's wallpaper. So I mean, who uses wallpaper anymore, right? Like, look at this apartment. You like this apartment? It's a new apartment. This is wallpaper money, all wallpaper money. But look at these walls. There's no wallpaper on them. Who uses wallpaper? Who's buying this wallpaper? That's what I don't understand. How's there a whole factory for this stuff? Like, we're churning wallpaper out day after day. There's wallpaper.